turn the music down? I did actually turn the music down. Hold on. Oopsies. I turned it down when I was raiding last week. And got a new shiny. I think that'll be loud enough. Surprisingly, I turned most sounds down in video games. What? Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping first. I am going to make a new camp. Okay. So, basically, you have... Oh, hi, Stormlost. This was her fault. She ran me across the desk. I wasn't disturbing her beyond interrupting her. I want it noted. Alright, let me post on Blue Sky. Biscay. We'll listen to the loading screen music. I'll be honest. There are some amazing composers who work directly for Blizzard and who do contract work for Blizzard. My friend Neil Acree being one of them. But something has been missing in WoW music since they couldn't come to terms with Russell Brower. Not gonna lie. I miss Russell being on the WoW music team and doing the loading screen music, combining various zone pieces, etc., etc. Probably the most magnificent, pun intended, piece in a loading screen music was a clip of Magnificent Desolation, which is a song that he wrote for Warlords of Draenor, which is one of the Frostfire Ridge zone themes, and it is just... Oh my god, it's so good. In fact, I might take you to a Horde garrison and fly outside and let you listen to it. I don't know. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's actually been performed live in stage at Gamescom, because I still have the video of that shit. Alright. However. I mean, I'm not saying this is bad, but with Battle for Azeroth onward, it was very different. The style and the tone has been very different. You could barely hear the traditional Warcraft. You know, that with the whole strings and the hitting of the hammers. Ding, ding, ding. You don't hear that much anymore. It's very sad. But it is in this theme, but it's so much not the focus of the theme. Like, you hear it like right in your face in like Wrath of the Lich King. And I understand that, times changes, things move on, but that is the iconic Warcraft theme. And to have it not be like a central aspect of your loading screen music, it's kind of sad, It's been there for, well, it has been there for most of the past 20 years, and it's like, well, times change, things can change. I'm like, yes, and it's your icon. It's like changing the World of Warcraft. It's like changing the World of Warcraft icon to be, WC. They're changing it instead of the big freaking W. It's WC. Anyhow, let me finish my post on Blue Sky. You're farming the pre-patch. Twitch.tv/Druidsfire. Okay. Blue Sky has this preview problem with Twitch that sometimes If you just tell it, twitch.tv/Druidsfire, it will put a generic Twitch page up because it's not acknowledging the rest of the URL. So sometimes I just go, whoops. I did it right. That time I actually misspelled my own name, dummy. Alright. There we go. That way I get my icon. Because I see a lot of people who stream fairly often and they don't update the URL. So, that's a thing. Alright. That being said, how's the stream? Oh, okay, the preview looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I have favorite characters in my WoW stable. That's not what I need. I need a spreadsheet, damn it. That spreadsheet, in fact. I'm also going to do an F5 on the FedEx tracking page that is supposed to be tracking my freaking collector's edition, and the original email saying your shipment is on the way posted at 1:15 a.m. on Thursday, so Wednesday night into Thursday. And it's now the tail end of Saturday, and it's still sitting in the, oh, we created a shipping label for you. So FedEx doesn't have my package. The gear store says your order's been fulfilled. Where's my fucking box? So we're gonna use a quick feature of this. Is I'm going to take my spreadsheet of characters, and I'm going to pick 4 Alliance characters and 4 Horde characters and make them my favorite. So these will be the 12 characters that I'm going to focus on the most for the next expansion. I'm going to try to avoid overlapping on class, but it may not be possible because I got some kick-ass names for class. I'm just saying. So this is my oldest remaining character. Unlike Lord of the Rings Online or Dungeons & Dragons Online, I don't still have my original character. I deleted them back in the day. But my first character was a Night Elf Druid, just, whatever. However, these are my 4 main ones. They're in this. If you complete the phase diving tutorial, you get this nice background. So that's why that is there. And so these are my 4 main characters. And I have been considering swapping out Phoenix, the Blood Elf Paladin, for a basically to not have one of the same class. Maybe put, like, Kiriana the Priest there. The Night Elf, or the Nightborn Priest there. So look at all these characters. Oh my god. Oh my god. And by the way, you can't see the one, well, you can barely see the one at the bottom of the list, Zerelin, or I would say the name Zerelin, but the way I've played a Nightborn Paladin in a homebrew World of Warcraft themed Dungeons & Dragons game, it's ZAR''ELIN, so she pronounced it Zerelin, like the E is capitalized or something. So I've been listening to the theme music, and I'm not hearing anything that's like, oh my god, this is super memorable. I mean, this bit is pretty interesting. But, okay. Let me take a look. I'm only going to have level 80s in both of these, so I'm going to make another camp. Enter camp name. We're going to put Horde. So I'm going to pick my top 4 Alliance characters who aren't already in this list. And one thing you'll notice, like, this initial favorites is Alliance, Horde, Alliance, Horde. Because I do want equal representation. So, looking at my spreadsheet of doom, I am looking at... I'm going by not just characters that I've had the longest. For example, my Blood Elf Mage is one of my longest held characters, but I might not necessarily play her. I do like playing Frost Mage, so she might make the cut. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to erase these color-coded things. Alright. And then I'm going to highlight the Alliance ones in blue. Boo. Oh, that's too dark of a blue. Let's do this lighter blue. Yeah, it's easy to read. So, all the blues will be the Alliance. Actually, I should just choose the level 80s. Hold on. That way I'm not mucking about with non-level 80s. So Crystal, the Lightforged Paladin, is not going to the party. Okay, this bit is actually pretty interesting in the theme tune. This has an Asian feel to it. It very much has an Asian feel to it. Definitely want at least one Drakthir in the list. Okay. So, for the Alliance, we have Artemis. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm doing the Alliance one. So we have Artemis, the Void Elf Hunter. I mean, grabbing that name, holy shit. And now having a moon-themed outfit she can wear. Again, holy shit. That's like perfection in a glass. We have Axes, the Dwarf Warrior. This is like perfection in transmog, I'm just saying. This is just perfection in transmog. This is the other... I hate the fact that this helmet takes his beard away because his beard is actually literally there. This is my level 70. This is the one that I did for Mist's remix. But this is the one I did a new one on Norganon. Because this one has, like, stuff in the bank that I didn't want to throw away yet. So, okay. And let me color code all of the other level 80s in red. Red. Alright. There's actually one of my Horde characters I'm probably going to offer up to another guild. All of my Horde characters currently... Well, all of my characters are currently in my own guild right now. Other than two of them that are just sitting around. You guys can't see my spreadsheet. I'm not going to let you see my spreadsheet. It's garbage. Wait, why is Shadow flagged as... Oh. Shadow's actually Alliance because he's now a Void Elf. So... Okay, this part is good. This kind of hints at the Undermine stuff. The Undermine soundtrack was probably the best soundtrack in all of the War Within. Okay, so looking at the blue, we have Artemis, we have axes, we have broadswords. Yes, I have 2 alliance things, and I'm noticing my frame rate's going a little bit weird. I'm sorry. What's hogging up my CPU this time? Nothing really, actually. Alright. So broadswords, is a possibility. Maybe it will help. I'll actually turn off the playback. Hi, Kevin. You missed Stormlost earlier. She was racing across the desk, so I wasn't bothering her, so I scooped her up as she ran in front of me and lifted her up into the camera, and then, you know, held her up. And then when she squirmed, I let her go. Okay. Let me look at my spreadsheet again. So, broadswords. Darkness. Probably the only character they have that doesn't wear blue. But look how badass she looks. And with a name like Darkness, she's totally just, like, evil. The only thing that reminds her of her past, being a nice Draenei, is the fact that she's got the blue jewel on her forehead. That's the only memory that she has of her before she, you know, she fell into darkness. So she took the name of what she is. She feels she's darkness. Okay, what else we got? We've got discipline. Here's the thing. I like discipline priest. I don't like healing as a priest. I'm not good at healing. I like disc when you can use disc to be DPS, but when you queue up for dungeons and shit, discipline is healing. So if you want to play a priest and not have to do heals, you play Shadow. But the problem with that is Shadow is like void shit. So I have a Shadow priest for that, and I have a couple of them, and I might put one of them in the mix here as one of my alliance characters. Okay, so we have discipline. The next we have is Demon Hunter. I do not play Demon Hunter very well. I play it very badly, in fact. And I have to admit, I actually do kind of like the new Demon Hunter spec, and you'll see why if I play it tonight, because all of the new Demon Hunter spec, Devour, is basically all about using void magic, and all your shit is like deep blue tinged. And it's really, really good. So you could easily see that as soon as they announced the Devour Demon Hunter spec, it's like, Druid's gonna play that shit. And you'd be right. That's not actually what she's wearing. WoW has a bug right now that really sucks. That transmog looks like shit a lot of the time. But she's my Horde Demon Hunter. So Alliance Demon Hunter, probably not going to be on my list of 4. Kirshu, who's my cute little... Look at her, she's so cute. She's as blue and silver as I can make a panda. Lightsworn needs to get her outfit back in place. She was the character I did the most work with in Legion Remix. I'm probably not going to play her into the expansion. We've got Moonsilver, the rogue. And you think, well, this will be perfect. This is a great character to have on the loading screen. That would normally be good. Nightborn is definitely making the list. I made her before Legion came out. When they announced Nightborn is one of the new races coming with Legion, I made an alliance character named Nightborn because I was pissed that Blizzard wouldn't let Nightborn be a split race that could go to either faction. Because quite frankly, every single elf race in the game should be able to split like the panda and go to whichever faction they damn well please. I am never going to give up my grudge against Blizzard for fucking over the Alliance in a way that through all of the Alliance players' work in getting exalted with the Nightborn in order to earn their Class Hall helmet to complete the transmog set, you had to be exalted with the Nightborn to get it. And then just because they needed to set up future story, they had the Nightborn say, oh, your Alliance people have Tyrande Whisperwind be a little bit of a bitch, and then they be the Blood Elves be a big honkin' bitch to Illyria Windrunner, when Illyria is basically, hello, Silvermoon is my home, what the fuck? And there's like, get the fuck out of here, you're a void creature, like, go away. And this is how we get Void Elves, is because everybody wanted High Elves. Nobody wanted Void. Blizzard makes all of this stuff up, right? In terms of, oh, they just made something up. But Void Elves came out of fucking nowhere. Like, the players wanted High Elves, and what we got were Void Elves. It's basically, okay, you could kind of pretend to be a High Elves with a little bit of this shit, but you're not really High Elves. And then, ironically, now in the upcoming expansion, they're all using, like, High Elf symbology, which is basically Blood Elf symbology, but in blue and silver. Or blue and gold when they were part of the Alliance. Because basically the Blood Elves are High Elves that said, fuck you, Alliance. You didn't help us out when one of your people, Arthas Menthil, fucking trashed our damn city. Okay, so Nightborn is definitely going in the Alliance list. So let's move her up here. And we're going to use... Oh, wow. This is what a Void or a Shadow Priest looks like when they're Void form, but they're not using the thing. It's like, okay, whatever. So I forget if Voidwing... If my Void... Where is Voidwing? Voidwing is not in this list. Well, we should put insert rows above. We'll figure this out here in a minute. Okay, so who else we got? We have Night Singer, one of my oldest characters as well. His name, Night Singer, is a reference to a Neil Acree song that is inscribed on a BlizzCon badge that I made for Neil many, many years ago. He's an arcane mage, and I kind of like him, so he's definitely a thought. So we have... Okay, why did I mark Nightborn and Night Singer as Horde? I don't know. I'm gonna mark them back as Alliance. Okay. Then we have Phoenix, the human paladin. She's a character that I made when I discovered that the name Phoenix was available on Bronzebeard. I think I did this on stream. I was like, holy fuck, what? Yoink! Because here's the thing. Blizzard automatically takes names that are 5 years old, or basically at the time it was 2 expansions ago. At some point when a new expansion launches, they run a script that all the characters, not accounts, but characters that are 5 years old, that those characters haven't been logged in the past 5 years, they rename them. And so anybody can roll into character select and say, I'm on Bronzebeard now. I'm going to try to just create a character, doesn't matter what. And we're going to pick a fun name, like, I don't know, Mist. Is the name available? I don't know. Let me think of a fun common word, a name. We tried Phoenix. I think we have Shadow on the server now. Yeah, Shadow... No, Shadow is on Doomhammer, so let's see if Shadow is available here on Bronzebeard. Nope. This late in the cycle, I wouldn't expect it to be, quite honest. But you could, like, start searching for common word names and see if they show up. And so that just happened one day. I just was randomly like, oh, let's see if the name Phoenix is available. I was making a new character, and I forget why I was making a new character. But I was like on Bronzebeard, like, oh, I'm just gonna see if, you know, normally I start going through my list of names, but I don't use the word Phoenix, and I'm like, I know it's gonna be taken. And then just for giggles, that one night while I was looking for cool character names to sandbag, I just put in Phoenix, and it said character creator. I'm like, it was a moment. I freaked the fuck out. It was fun. And so that's what I did, is I made the character, but there are some character names I have sitting around that I'm waiting for the day they allow other classes or other character races to be paladins. I'm waiting. So Phoenix, the currently human paladin with a really spiffy hairstyle. Too bad you can't dye them a deeper blue, but okay, whatever. I will spend the $25 to race change her to Void Elves as soon as Void Elf Paladins can be a thing. But Void Elf Paladins are going to be very tricky because Paladins are supposed to be consecrated in the light, and Void and Light do not like each other. So I'm holding out hope. But here's the thing. Here's really the thing. In my opinion, because every race can have a priest character, priests wield the light. That argument that Void Elves cannot inherently be paladins is out the window. So, there's that whole ass thing. Okay, so I'm actually probably not going to play her because I already have multiple paladins. I also have Protection, the Earthen Paladin. I have to say, as a new allied race, Earthen are kind of boring. Yep. The fact Earthen can go to either faction, depending on however you wanted it. Earthen can go either way. The character selection options for Earthen are amazing. I think probably I would rather prefer to level in Earthen through the War Within storyline, I guess. Because they don't really, because they are brand new to the overall consciousness of WoW players, it's like, oh, Earthen came literally out of nowhere. Like the Hurrah are going to be the new allied race coming up in Midnight. At least we have some idea about the Hurrah before they come in allied race, but whereas the Earthen, much like the Void Elves, is like, oh, here, by the way. And you don't really get a sense of, you know, encountering them in the story before you really say, okay, yeah, I want these as an allied race. Okay. We also have Saphiragosa, who needs to change her transmog. She's an evoker. Actually, I might have her simply because I don't have an evoker anywhere else. She does need to change her transmog so badly. But here we go. Here is Shadow. He's the cute boy. But Shadow has a transmog problem in that his transmog is fucked up. And I'll show you what I mean. Man, this looks like Vegas Elvis, doesn't it? Or, I don't know, biker boy. He looks like a biker. But his transmog is messed up. And honestly, I don't really like playing rogue all that much, so maybe not. Then we have Silver, the Worgen Druid. Who is... I love the staff so much. He's like... Then we have Snowfall, who is my Alliance Shaman, who I haven't fixed her transmog yet. I like playing Shaman, but I'm not sure about playing Shaman. And I typically play Shaman either Elemental or Enhancement. And I don't really know how to play either. I'm thinking about the possibility of maybe doing a resto shaman, but I honestly would rather learn how to... See, basically, if you're playing a healer, you may as well just do the follower dungeons if you don't know how to heal. Like, you don't know how... Basically, playing a healer on landscape is dumb. You want to play a DPS to get through stuff a lot more quickly. Healers can do damage, but they're going to be spending more of their time healing themselves than actually, taking care of business. So that's why I like to level priest in discipline or shadow. So your holy priest, for example, your resto shamans, they're going to basically be shotgunning dungeons. They're going to be the healers. And I don't want to go into a new expansion expecting people to think I know how to heal. So that's one thing I like about the follower dungeons is you can learn how to heal a little bit by having to heal. And I find, having done the Legion remix unlocking of the healing, like the Holy Paladin and the Holy Priest legendary artifact quests, I hated them. I was so bad at them because I didn't know how to heal. And maybe they were tougher than normal, I don't know, but I was not enjoying them at all. Okay, then we got Sprockets the Warlock. Cute but deadly. Then we've got Torment was the demon hunter I made for Legion Remix. I'm almost definitely not keeping her. I mean, she looks amazing. She looks like a demon hunter. But I'm probably going to play this one instead. This is my Void Elf Demon Hunter. So I think if I'm going to put a Demon Hunter in my list of 4, it's going to be her. Not the one, the Torment, and not the Elder Fellsinger one up here. I mean, she looks amazing. But she's... And I could make her a Devourer Demon Hunter, but Void Elves can now be Demon Hunters. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna make a Devourer Demon Hunter. And make it be a Void Elf. Sure. So I'm probably, if I'm going to play a Demon Hunter, it's gonna be her. So, okay, Voidwing is also a Shadow Priest. And Voidwing is intended to be a Shadow Priest. It's not supposed to be Discipline. But the thing is, Nightborn is currently running as Shadow, so... I might switch Nightborn back to Discipline for leveling. Oh, hi, Stormlust. She's got a feather duster of a tail. I wonder, hold on. Oh, the campfires are causing screen... okay, alright. Okay. So, if I'm doing a Void Hunter, it's... Well, actually, no, she's... Hold on. She's only level 15, so I can't play her in Midnight. Okay, Winter is definitely going in the list because Winter is one of my absolute favorite characters. I remember when I first grabbed the name Winter, I was like, holy fuck. It's definitely these screens that are causing shit to be weird. Okay. I think I'll go with Artemis for my third. Okay, so Artemis, Nightborn, and Winter. We need one more Alliance character to be the last one. Alright, open 4 spaces. Insert rows above. One, two, three, four, 5. Insert rows above. So, we've got a hunter, we got a priest, we got a death knight. So, if I want to do a different class, there's warrior. Alright, gonna copy this. Nope, just that one. Copy and pasta. So we have a choice of warrior. Let me clear those. Oh, did the wrong one. Okay. Shoe. So, Warlock. I do want a priest up there, but I think I'm going to use Nightborn. Well, I did use Nightborn as my priest. Okay. So, for the last class that I enjoy playing a lot, I'm probably actually going to go with Nightsinger. Also, for the simple fact that both Nightborn and Nightsinger are crafting characters. So, I think we're going to go with the mage. So, copy, erase, and put that there. I'm updating my spreadsheet. Okay, and so the last one is Winter. So on the Alliance side, no brand new characters. Okay, so that's fascinating. But also on the Alliance side, all these characters are crafters, except Artemis. Artemis is probably just going to be a gatherer. Just gonna have her be a gatherer. So let me grab Nightsinger. Grab you. And put you there. Why did that not work? Alright, we'll try it this way. Boop. There, so that's my Alliance crew. My secondary Alliance crew. Hunter, Priest, Mage, Death Knight. So now we go for the Horde. Okay, so on the Horde side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have, starting with Asphodel, one of my older characters. Her Mog actually is not this. Her Mog is busted on the character select screen. It actually pisses me off. Again, I'm not sure about playing Warlock. I mean, it's okay, but I find I don't really gel with it that much. Then we have Beryl. I'm trying to play him as an arms warrior, and I'm not enjoying it. Then we have Dragonfire. I am primary Alliance, I'm sorry to say. I do want to have at least one evoker in my list, though. And I have Elven Star, my Frost Mage. Frost Mage is a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy it. One thing about mages, though, is I like playing priests more than mages, because priests have all the healy shit, while mages, of course, do more damage, but you gotta be careful that you don't get your ass killed while you're doing it. I'm just saying. Kiriana the Priest, it does not look like her shit looks like that. So she is definitely going to be one of my Hordes. So let me copy her stuff up there. And she's also one of my gatherers, so... Well, before I copy pasta, let me see who else I have. No, I was talking about her as if she was an alliance, but no, she's actually a blood elf paladin, so go fig. So let's get back to Kiriana. Kiriana was Horde Priest. Then we've got... Here's the thing, is I actually have a new Horde Mage. Ooh. So, I have this older Horde Mage, and then I have this newer Horde Mage. And honestly, I managed to nab the name Frostfire back from Mist Remix, and I ain't giving that shit up. No, ain't happening. But the difference between Elvenstar and Frostfire is Elvenstar has a couple of the cool big bags from previous... So I would want to actually... I want to honor Elvenstar because she's also the character that earned the really kick-ass... was it the Arcane Mage or was it... I think it was the Frost Mage... the Mage Tower appearance. So I think Elvenstar is probably going to be my Horde Mage. So we'll put Elvenstar up here. Put her down here. And she's standing there. And she's like sitting like she's supposed to be sitting over there. And see, the transmog is all buggered up. And it's not supposed to be like that. Okay, we have Puddle Jumper the Druid. Let's see who else we have. Puddle Jumper the Druid. And I love me Druids a lot, a lot, a lot. But I'm not sure I want to play too many Druids. I'll play Paladins all day long, I don't care. But Druids are like, they're special. They're special. Why do we jump all the way down here? I don't know. So Puddle Jumper. Then we have Sapphires the Monk. I need to actually change her, I think there's something wrong in her transmog. Not her transmog, but she's actually supposed to have those really weird, glowy, tattoos on her, and I don't see them. I also hate the fact that there's a lot of NPCs in Suramar that have blue and silver outfits. And they're giving us this wine-colored ship. Don't like it all. But speaking of creating names, hold on. Occasionally I go look to see if really cool names are available on the various servers. Like, is the name Silver available on Doomhammer? No. Okay. No, we're not using you. Okay, Storm is 1000% going in the list because Storm is one of those characters who has a name that you're not allowed to have as a player. True story. The name Storm is on Blizzard's not allowed list. And once upon a time, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Blizzard fucked up and turned off the restricted names list for a minute. And I grabbed a couple of really cool names, and one of those was Storm. And they let me keep it. The other one is if you go and search on worldofwarcraft.com in the US section and you search for the name Quicksilver, you'll find one character listed there. She is the only character in all of North America who's not level 10 or higher, who is level 10 or higher, named Quicksilver. And it was me. Yeah, I found out why. And I'm the one who found out why I couldn't rename a character to Quicksilver. I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to delete this character. And I should have just taken him to the... This is in the days before the barbershop was free. And I didn't like how a Quicksilver dwarf that I had made had looked. So instead of going up to Ironforge and just paying for the barbershop, I just deleted the character and tried to re-roll. And it wouldn't let me have the name back. And I put in a ticket saying, what the fuck? And Blizz said, yeah, that name's on the restricted list. You can't have it. I'm like, what the fuck? But the only reason they let me have this one is because I boosted the character. So it's like, oh shit, you spent money on it. Well, you spent money on the... Yeah, okay. So let me keep the character. They didn't like it. So for my last Horde character... we have choices between an Evoker, of which I don't have on either list. Warlock, which I don't have on either list. Warrior. Evoker. So we have Warlock, Warrior, Evoker, Demon Hunter, Rogue. Oh, I didn't mention my Rogue, my Horde Rogue. Help. Help has been a fun character, but I honestly don't like it. I don't like playing goblins. I'm sorry, I don't like playing goblins. We have a druid. We have a monk. I don't really enjoy monk a lot. I'm just bad at playing monk. So we definitely got Storm up there. We got Kyrian, we got Elven Star. We might have to go with something very iconic. Very, very iconic. Did somebody say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? I think I might have to go with Thunder Fury. Out of all the other choices, I mean, yes, I have a Death Knight in the other one, so I should play a class that I don't currently have. I think if I were to play a class I don't currently have in the list, I would go with Druidsfire. Because Evoker is just so different. But I would probably change his colors to be like blue and silver, like, because it's like, it's red. I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna enjoy playing this. Puddle Jumper needs a twin named Cessna. I know, right? But Puddle Jumper is actually a Stargate reference. Holly, help me pick. Who should my last Horde character on my list of Doom be? Hi, Stormlost. Stormlost is a good kitty. Again, our choices, and it'll make it easier to search because you can actually do this shit. Haha, look at that! I pulled only my Horde characters. So these two are in the main list. These three are in the second list. So starting with Asphodel. Asphodel the Warlock, Beryl the Warrior, Druidsfire the Evoker, Felsinger the Demon Hunter. We're not going to do another mage, so Frostfire's out. Only doing level 80s. Only doing level 80s, so... I'm actually probably going to delete Gold Axe anyway. The novelty of a Zandalari Paladin has gone bye-bye. Not gonna do another paladin. We already have 2. We have 2 paladins in our main list. So we got Puddle Jumper, we got Sapphires, and we have Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. We do have other Horde characters floating around, by the way. Have you ever seen a Palomino cow? Now you have. She's a Palomino cow. Jade was another of the characters that I managed to grab when the name list was weird. And the rest of these down here at the bottom of the list are basically name grabs that are just sitting around waiting for certain class, race things to pop up. Though I could play Asphodel though. Asphodel the Warlock. She's the prettiest I could make an undead, because I don't go for in all the I have to be as ugly as fuck undead characters. It's just not for me. Rogue or Paladin? Holly, I have 2 Paladins already in my main list, so I'm not going for another Paladin. And if I'm going to play a Rogue, I'm going to play my Alliance Rogue. So this is a Horde list, so these are our choices. We got Asphodel the Warlock, Beryl the Warrior. I'm not enjoying playing that character. Druidsfire the Evoker. He's gonna get a reskin. He's gonna look a bit different. Felsinger the Demon Hunter. Not doing another mage. And again, I don't like my Goblin Rogue. I don't. No Paladins. Puddle Jumper the Druid. Monk. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning toward Thunder Fury. But we do have a Death Knight in the other one, so... And there's nothing that says fire has to be red. You don't have to play with all the red shit. It just... Okay, Dragon's Fire, alright. But I can make Dragon's Fire as red as... or as blue as one of these guys. Because, while many of the evoker skills and whatnot, you know, yeah, we're gonna go with Dragon's Fire. Why? Because evokers also, well, Drakthir have the most amazing dance. I'm just saying. Though I'm kind of wishing that I had made Voidwing a horde. Not you, but you. I wish I'd made Voidwing a horde priest. I don't know why I made him an alliance priest. I don't know. Yep, we're gonna go with the evoker. We're gonna go with the evoker. Where are you, Dragonspire? There you are. Let's go. Put you here, and then E F D, D E F K. Okay, alphabetical order. All right. Then go Thunder Fury. I think 2 mains going into Midnight Fury are Alliance Horde Priest. Nice. So here's what I have is my main crew is Paladin, Druid, Hunter. Again, this is the only character in all of NA named Quicksilver. I once got yelled at by Regarius. Like, I was going back and forth about the name with Blizzard customer service, and he eventually said, "Stop replying to them. They're gonna take it away from you. Don't stop asking them about it. If it's on the list, you can't get it. Just stop going for this other. You just stop." Okay. So yeah, I have my main crew Then I have my main Alliance crew, which is my new hunter, Artemis, with that name. Come on. my OG priest, who's probably gonna level in. I'm gonna make her level in discipline. The thing is, when I go running dungeons with her, I'm gonna run her as Shadow, but have her loot spec set to discipline. And then we've got Nightsinger, the mage, and then Winter, the DK. By the way, I should point out that Winter is wearing a PvP set. I PvP'd with that character, I'm just saying. Because look at this, the blue! Come on! And it's easy, it was even for me. I'm able to level in PvP enough to get the basic set of gear. But I would like to point out that Nightborn here is wearing the elite set of gear. The one that goes away at the end of the season and you can never get it back. Oh. The two mains going to are Alliance and Horde Priests, and the seconds are the Druids. Hell yeah. I mean, I like playing Priests. I like playing Druids. I just didn't want to copy up having my main one of my main four being a Druid and then having another Druid. So that's why I try to avoid, but with the Alliance side, it's like, come on, Artemis the Hunter, you have to play that character. Nightborn, Nightsinger, and Winter. These are all good characters. And the Horde side, we got Druidsfire, who's going to get recolored. Elvenstar. Kiriana, who really... Kiriana is actually wearing... She's actually wearing... Not you. But she's actually wearing the same outfit that... The same actual transmog that Nightborn is wearing. It's this... She has this as her active transmog, but for some fucking reason, the loading screen shows it wrong. No. Anyhow, let's actually log into... Let's give Druidsfire a makeover real quick. We're gonna make Druidsfire, and this is gonna suck because I already spent the money to do Druidsfire's transmog, or claim the free transmog for Druidsfire, so that's gonna kind of bite. Well, most of the transmog here is actually based on stuff that you can alter in the barbershop for free. You played disc since vanilla. You always thought of that spec as DPS. So do I. For me, Disc Priest means DPS. Holly, I have the Mage Tower artifact appearance for Disc Priest, the OG one. There's a video up on my YouTube channel of when I did that. In fact, Katriana was here and was like, okay, I'm going to do the disc one more time, and then I'm going to switch over to start working on the Prop Pally one. I never got the Prop Pally one. And it's like, okay, this is the last one I'm going to do on this one. I'm just done. I can't do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I got it on that run. I got further than I'd ever gotten before, and I got it on that run. I was so happy about that. Okay, barbershop. So this is a nice little add-on that helps you with the pre-patch, and we are going to do the pre-patch in a minute or so. Where is the barbershop? Oi, oi. Thank you. Thank you. All right, where's the barbershop? It's that away. Well, hey, I'm a dragon. Oh, it's like right over here. No. Doesn't look like a barber shop that I've ever seen. That's the crafting hall. Trade supplies. Is it around the corner? It is. Go figure that out. Okay.
I must get closer.
Shush. Doesn't he look handsome? Hair highlights. We can go with the white. That looks pretty hot. We can do like the dark gray. We can do the lighter blue. The lighter blue actually looks better than the white. Hold on. That actually looks like fire. That looks like fire. Doesn't that look like fire? That looks amazing. Okay. Hair decoration. We're not going to change what he looks like. We're not going to change his skin appearance. Horn color. We're going to make it that. Horn jewelry. We chains. I'm not sure I actually like his horn style anymore. Hold on. What horns are we using for him? No. These are typically ones that I like. The subtle, the low stag, the high stag, the broken, the arched, the grand, the jagged, and the scythe. I think the scythe is the ones I typically wind up using. We'll go with the scythe. Chains. You can do the guard. Do the bands. I like the chains. Chains. Scale, pattern. Keep the same, but we're going to change the color. Make it... We should do that blue, this blue, definitely. No, definitely this blue. That blue. Okay, headdress sigil. Gonna keep that the same. Eye color. We're gonna make it... We're gonna make it the lighter blue. Look at that. Ears, medium... I like the medium ones best. They remind me of ElfQuest ears. Earrings, mixed sigil, mixed cuff, thorn. I like the stake, but I like the sigil one. No, I like the mixed ones best. Nose, we'll just keep the nosy, I think. Yeah, we're keeping the nosy. He's got a nosy. Alright, obviously we're going with the blue and silver jewelry, but we have other options there, as you can see. This is the best option, blue and silver. Hell yeah. Okay. Look at him, he's pretty. Okay. And then you can change his skivvies. Give him a Speedo or actual shorts. And then you can change what color they are. Of course, I'm going to go with the blue and silver ones. Body scales, none. Look at that six-pack. Smoke. Oath. Wrath. I don't know what any of these technically mean. We'll just go with the Cinder one because, you know, with the name Druidsfire. And that's just the human side. And then you could change the dragon side. Yes, the dragon side. Alrighty. Man, look at those eyes. Alright, so we have a choice of body size, which you could be, that just basically changes a bit of your proportions. Primary color, blue. Secondary color strength, let's go with subtle. Secondary color is going to be that. I think. Body pattern cinder. We'll leave that. We're gonna leave that as is. The markings color. We're gonna make everything blue. Or no, we're gonna put everything gray. Yeah, gray. Chest spikes none. Leg spikes. Sure, why not? Horns. I think we're gonna make the horns the same either way. We're gonna make them both scythe. The horn color again. We're going for the silver. There's this one, which is actually pretty fascinating, but it doesn't really scream fire to me. Orange jewelry, again with the chains, again with the same jewelry, blue and silver colors. And the crest, we're just going to go with the bone. With the bone? What are the options? Small fin? No. I don't like the fins at all. Horns? Whatever. Razor? Whatever. Spikes? Don't care. Thorns? Nah. Bone and scale. I definitely like the bone. She said. And then your face, you got two choices. You got one or two. 1, 2, or 3. And that just basically is like, is your nose sunken in or not? No, we don't need to worry about that. I'm actually going to change the nose. It's currently using Shimano. I'm going to go switch to the Basilisk. I like the Basilisk the best. I don't know why. I just do. Face markings, we'll leave those alone. The eye color, we're going back to the blues. I'm gonna go with that one to have it stand out a little bit more. Eye style, we're doing the cross. Your choices basically, you can have a slit, you can have the cross, or you can have that. Which this one, the glow kind of just like, looks like they can't see it all. So we're gonna go with that. That's fine. Okay, ears. Currently using Longhorn as the ears. I actually kind of like the natural ones. There's the notch, there's the wing, there's the fin. Longer fin, short spikes, long spikes, short horn, medium horn, and long horn. I think I'll go with the natural ear. Brow is bone. We'll leave that. Cheekbone is also bone. Cheek is clean. What choices? Horns. Cuts through fins or thorns. Yeah, we're not doing any of those. The cheek can be clean because it clips through that. Okay, with the helm, you got none. That actually looks pretty amazing. Then you've got the crown, the visor, the galea, and the shako. We'll go with the visor. With the shoulders, you can do the wing option or the spalders. I think this character would do the spalders. Yeah. Tabard. Regal tabard. No tabard. Regal tabard. Okay, regal, tabard, or traditional. I think I'll go with regal. Generally all my stuff is regal. Aegis or regal. Yeah, we'll go with that. Of our arms, rara braces, or you could do the wings or rara braces. We'll leave the rara braces there. We're doing the talons. Arm spikes we're not doing, because if you do armor spikes, it messes up with that. So, armor color. Of course, we're going with that. Of course, we are. The white one actually looks pretty hot. That one would be really cool. Like, if I had a Drakthir named Silver, that would be what they would be wearing. And if I had one named Steel or Gray or something, it'd be that. I'm sure somebody's wearing that one somewhere. Most of the other ones are not really, to me, that mean that screams Halloween. But this is obviously the one. This is the one. I don't know. I think there's not enough blue going on here. Breechcloth, Scaleborn, Regal, Scaleborn. Oops, none. Regal, Scaleborn, or traditional. I think we can go with Scaleborn on this one. Feet, we got the talons on the feet. We got our talon wing decoration. There's also the rings, and I thought they were cute, but it's like, those look like they would make it impossible for you to fly. The talons at least look pretty cool. Armor style number 2 versus number 1. Ooh, hold on. Hold. Kind of like that. What's the difference between the two? Kind of like that one, but I can see the leg spikes are peeking through. I think that one's actually my favorite because the leg spikes... Well, I don't care about the leg spikes so much, but I get the blue gems on the side. Oh, I'll go with the ornate ones. Tail, we're going to leave the tail. Tail ridge is spikes. We'll leave those. I think we're going to adjust some of the main colors, though. The main options here. Leg spikes, no. I want to take off some of these. I want to have more blue in my colors here. Honestly, that's pretty subtle, as is. Alright. There we go. That's taken off most of it. Now we can add, like... Okay. Where are we getting that additional gray from? No body markings, body markings. Must be here. No? Oh, paint pattern. Oh yeah, that's what we got going on. We got multiple things happening here. There we go. We got most of that sorted out. Okay. There we go. And the last thing we need to change up, we did all. Okay. Now, my character is now looking the right color. But the problem is, his outfit is not the right color. And we're going to need to spend some moolah to make this happen. Needs more blue than purple. I agree with you, but it's better than red. So, in order to do this, I'm going to have to find some blue stuff to wear. And part of the problem is, I'm going to need gold to do it. But the other part of the problem is, I need to save all my gold for reasons. I'm about to spend 1 million gold to get a mythic run to Dimensius on Tuesday. That outfit's actually pretty nice. I like that outfit. I mean, honestly, the cold fire one would actually work for him very well, I think. What custom sets were you wearing before? Oh, nothing. Okay. You know, I'm not going to mess with this. I'm going to go do some pre-patch shit. Let's go do some pre-patch shit. Well, let's start with the characters in the list. The main lists here. We'll start... Let's see. By the way, Droxir had the best dance. I'm just saying. Try my Horde Paladin. I want to see if she is... what her eye level is. I thought the other night that I was like, oh man, I'm so done with this event. I don't... So the WoW pre-patch has not been that fun. Okay, 103, you still have a few pieces to fill out. With stuff. Let me see if there's any in the bank. I don't think I have any in the bank necessarily. In the warband bank. Okay. No, you already have all the stuff. So I went last night and went through all of my stuff and found all of the Ascension Arrester's gear that I had and divvied it up amongst my alts. And I haven't filled out the last few of these pieces because it's like, which character gets this? I don't know. So I know for sure this character hasn't done any of the pre-patch stuff because she hasn't talked to Grand Magister Romath in Orgrimmar. And I need to spend her points. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, let's get back to it. Part of the problem is my camera's exactly where the tooltip is, so each holy power spent has a 6% chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice, or battle attacks have 15 to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice. 15% and 6%. Sounds like that's a better choice. Alright. Jurisdiction. I will get to Wake of Ashes. Crusader Strike replaces your auto attacks and deals 922 physical damage, but you auto attack 35% slower. Yeah, there's that too. They have a skill called Burning Crusade. 10% increased damage. Execution sentence. We do want that. Thank you very much. Wake of Ashes. That originally started off as a thing from Burning Crusade. No, I lie. It was Legion. It was one of the artifact abilities that you could get for Retribution Paladin only. Well, it's still Retribution only. Yes, yes. Potion X automatically deactivated by yes. We can already see the level 81 stuff in here, but it's like I haven't even looked at it yet. I don't care. Yeah, I like this one. So this turns Avenging Wrath into a passive. I kind of like this as well. I actually kind of like doing Avenging Wrath when I damn well please, but the cooldown... See, the cooldown for Avenging Wrath is 2 minutes, but the cooldown for Wake of Ashes is 30 seconds, so if you make Avenging Wrath a passive that activates Wake of Ash, or Avenging Wrath, but it doesn't say how long Avenging Wrath lasts. We take this point and put it over here. Take this point. I think I really want this. Alright, pally pally stuff. Fist of Justice. Justice! Yep. Definitely want that. I don't really care about Blinding Light. It's useful in PvP. I do like Holy Reprieve. Shield of Vengeance. I do like that a lot. Rebuke helped me get... No, it was actually Repentance that helped me get, thingy. Alright, yep. Divine Toll, ding! You just hit things and they go clang. Alright, grab that. I don't know whether I like Divine Toll being faster or more better. I like more better. I'll choose more better this time. Honestly, I don't really mess with the blessings because I don't run with groups too often. Fear no evil. I don't use consecration. That's a prot pally thing and a holy pally thing. You could always get 2%, or it has a 10% chance to make the next spender free and deal 10% % increased damage. I don't know. I think I like the steady 2% for real. But I think most people go with Divine Purpose, though. We'll go with that. It's actually kind of hot. Got 1 point to spend. Okay, actually, Unbound Freedom is actually useful to have, so we'll spend that point there. I don't like Blessing of Sacrifice. I understand why it's there, I just don't like it. But if you never use it, you never have to worry about it. I'm sure none of this stuff, see, Radiant Glories, it's a passive. I don't know why they put passives on your hotbar. There's no reason for them to be there. I'm in the wrong zone to use that. Whoops. I'm also in the wrong zone to use that one too. Whoops. I don't have that anymore. Okay. I don't have Final Reckoning? Oh, Final Reckoning doesn't exist anymore, does it? Hold. Why did I choose that one? One thing I really actually dislike is I hate it when they don't just simply remove skills off your hotbar that don't exist anymore. It drives me utterly freaking bananas. And so you actually have to know all the details to know what actually still exists anymore. Shield of the Righteous. Can't use it. Retribution. Ner. And Shield. Divine Protection. We've got Judgment. We've got Divine Storm. Okay, so there's Final Verdict. Wait, it still exists. What was that? What the hell was I talking about? I don't know. Templar Strike. One thing I really do like is it will show you what's not on your hotbar. But what it won't show you is what's on your hotbar that shouldn't be on your hotbar. Like Final Reckoning, it don't exist here. It don't exist here. This is one of my favorite things in the entire freaking game. Thring your shield at people. Okay, Word of Glory. That's what I'm looking at. Hold on. Wait. Hold. Retribution doesn't have Word of Glory anymore? What the shit? Wait, what? How does my other paladin have Word of Glory? Now I'm confused. Hold on. Because my main has Word of Glory. And she's also Retribution Paladin. See? See? Ashbringer. Ashbringer. But why does the Horde one have Eternal Flame? And the Alliance one has actual Word of Glory. How did that... Basically, I want these two paladins to have exactly the same setup. That way I can switch from one to the other and not be like, okay, what am I doing now? You know what we're gonna do. You know what we're gonna do, right? Yeah, see, you notice she has the Radiant Glory sitting there and I keep trying to hit the 11 button and it doesn't do nothing. I'm so glad that soon we'll be away from these buttheads and we won't have to listen to that dude be very condescending and patronizing. Trollbane. Just want to kick his ass. By the way, can I show you the cool thing I picked up last week? Look at that! Helionyx's crew helped me acquire this mount. The Royal Voidwing. This is the mount that you get for taking down Heroic Dimensius. However, it's only available until the launch of midnight. After that, it's gone forever. Unless they bring it back for the War Within remix like they did the Violet Spellwing from Legion. They said it was never coming back, but they lied. Anywho. Let's hop off the mount. Okay. Because I have Word of Glory. Wow, these are very different. Yeah, I have it right here as a base paladin ability. It's a passive for protection on this character. I don't understand. I don't understand. I do actually kind of miss a Divine Storm doing that, though. So let's go back to the Horde. And again, these are both level 80 characters. You accidentally close the edge when you wanted to open a new tab. I've done that before. Though I use Chrome, and I probably should just switch over to Edge. I don't know. I just want a web browser that has no fucking AI in it. That's what I want. Actually, I want all of my computing tools to fuck off with AI. We hates it, precious. Okay. We're not doing anything... Oh. This might be the difference. This character is doing the Herald of the Sun stuff. Replaces Word of Glory. Okay. So the question is, should I use Templar or should I use Herald of the Sun? Oh, Montclair, I don't have an Adobe account anymore. At all. Completely gone. AI is as idiotic as those who push it? Yes! That's what, was that Glenn Close who did that? Or was that Meryl Streep who did that in the one famous meme in the one award ceremony or whatever? Okay. So, let's actually go back here. And we're going to erase all these. Yep. Okay, I want to switch. Okay, so let's take a look here, because we can switch between these. So, Heralds of the Sun develop a deep bond to the sun and solar energy, use it to burn enemies and cauterize their allies' wounds. They manifest potent solar rays while being fully connected to the light. Versus Templar, you call down hammers of light and unleash devastating combinations of all attacks to vanquish their enemies. So I think maybe the reason I might have gone with Herald of the Sun, because Herald of the Sun is kind of like, well, maybe, because each, for those who don't know, Holly, I know you know, Montclair, I know you don't know, these are hero talents, they're level 70 to 80, and they're supposed to be kind of like, here's a couple things that could appeal to either of the three, like, of two different specs. So, for example, Paladin has, most classes have 3 specs. The only one that doesn't now is Druid, which has 4. Druid, you can be a Guardian / tank, you can be Feral / DPS, you could be Balance, aka DPS, and you can be Resto, aka Heals. With Paladin, you can be Holy Paladin, Healer, Retribution Paladin, DPS in your face, or you can be Protection, which is basically tanky. So Herald of the Sun, so each of these 2 options here are supposed to straddle 2 of the specs. So Templar is a spec, these hero talents are for DPS and tanking. Herald of the Sun is more DPS and healing. So the question is, do I want to have this character still remain as Herald of the Sun or not? I don't think I'm ever going to play a Holy Paladin. Montclair is pissed as someone who made AI titty art, clothed with a strapless gown and a deep neckline of your character. Oh, that's gross. How much healing does your character need? Well, my paladins get beat up a lot. They do need self-healing pretty often. I'm just saying. Typically, I don't have too much problem paying a paladin either way. I think, honestly, half the reason I went Herald of the Sun is because Phoenix, the Horde paladin, is Blood Elf, and their symbol is a phoenix. And, hey, I like the wings. I think what I would like to do is at least get the base stuff the same and then just change this character to keep the Herald of the Sun stuff. I think that's what I want to do. We're going to import the code that we just picked up from my character and basic ret open world delves, because that's what it used to be. So changed up a few things. Alright, we're gonna move that. But I think we will change the Templar out because I don't want them to play exactly the same. I do want the basic stuff to be the same, though. Alright. So I do like the hammers and stuff. Those are fun. I do like that. I also like that. I like both of those. Okay. Yep, that was a turkey. Okay, so that replaced the Word of Glory. Alrighty, I get that. This feels like playing a cleric, a Morning Lord cleric in DDO, I'll be honest. Versus this one. So this one is you're hitting things with hammers a lot. This is something that's basically a tank default. Again, these two are fun. So this one is basically more DPS, and this one is more DPS but also more heals. So this is like, okay, we're going to be tougher and do more DPS, and then we're going to do more heals and do DPS. I think we'll stick with our Herald of the Sun, honestly. Alright, now let's remember what I want to pick. Hold on. Oh. Okay. I want that one. Illumine. Alright. So, now I won't be confused by that icon anymore. That'll be fun. Alright. Let's get our asses to actually do some pre-patch shit. What the fuck? Druid, what are you doing? Besides, there's also the Liadrin thing, but Liadrin is more of a prop pally. God damn it! Blizzard, stop fucking with my... I freaking hate the fact that Blizzard went and changed all of my keybinds for skywriting. Fuckers. Number 2 is upwards. Number 1 is forwards. And 3 is forwards a lot. Leodrin is probably... Yeah. She probably... Well, she could be Templar as well. Someone's at the PvP. So, by the way, is this guy for the pre-patch or?
Behold the wonders of Pandaria.
Get a metery storage banner? We'll do that another time. Slow down. Life is to be savored. Oh man, oh man. Is this not, like, by the way, the best chicken mount? It's blue, it's got crystals on it, it's basically... This is one of Druid's favorite mounts. And again, it looks like Final Wrecking has gone bye-bye entirely. Which kind of bites.
Over here, champion. I've
Hi.
checked the cultists' activity to the caves below.
Okay.
What would you ask of me?
Do your job.
Root out these cultists before they spread their corruption.
Okay.
Find and eliminate them.
Alright. We'll do that. I think now that I have a couple of spaces empty on my little hotbar, I'll put that down there. Hold on. One thing I'm not seeing on here. Where's Divine Toll? Oh, jeez, I'm blind as a bat. Seriously. Oh. Clang! I know it's housing stuff.
I need a target.
But is it a quest that goes away at some point? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, I'm gonna get these two back here. 2 for 1 day. Oh, they killed a Draculator back here. Oh, there's 3 for 1 day. Okay, let's go! I only need 2. Blah. That'd be nice if it sticks around for a bit. Because, as you can imagine, I don't really fuck around too much with housing shit because I still don't have my box. In fact...
So, the Twilight's Blade are indeed recruiting here. I suppose I have to work with Umbric after all.
Even FedEx hasn't acknowledged that they've got my box.
The Sunwell must be protected. It's imperative that we stop the Twilight's Blade at its source.
You took a painkiller? Oof. Hope your shoulder feels better
This
soon.
portal will take you to our base of operations. I'll meet you there. Yet more minds twisted by the void. This must seem quite familiar to you, Umbric. I serve Silvermoon.
So if you do the quest line started with Midnight Quest or Midnight Dress, you get the tabard, and you also get an account-wide title of Definitely Not a Cultist. I don't really feel the need to do it. I'm gonna do the 2 weeklies because the weeklies will get you. Oh, shut up, you. I don't think you. Yeah, you just. Yeah, you're not getting any tokens out of that. So basically, what you do is once you unlock world quests, you just do world quests, and you get 10 tokens per world quest. So it's important. It's important to do the world quest because you do 8 world quests or rares slain. We got the Voice of the Eclipse there. We got one of the rares over there. I have mine set to auto map, so it's always going to tell me to go in the wrong place. So I want to do these right here because I want their 10 tokens. So we're here to farm tokens. We're here to farm tokens enough to replace anything that's not a 121 with a 121. There are no trinkets here. And as you notice, my weapon is actually there. Though I do want to switch out the weapon because it's an agility weapon, but it was way better damage than the item that I had before. Alright, let's go do the things. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off
The cult continues to
auto
recruit
map.
the innocent.
Oh, it's not even on.
Promises of power.
Oh, shush.
Their evil ends now.
I don't have a target.
Clank.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Venthyr stuff off my bars. Come here, sunshine.
I need to target something first.
One of the other things I do want to do this weekend is I do need to spend some more time doing stuff in this. I don't think I'm gonna manage to get another whole 1,000 things out of here, except ooh, hello. Lunar Festival shit. I did not get the thing I was hoping for. Alas, alack. If you get an Elder's Moonstone out of one of those lucky red envelopes, you get like 90 points on the Traveler's Log. One more. What is that? Two for one to hit the Circle K.
Hopefully more learn the lesson you have given the cult today.
So the other reason I want to get more done here is the extra 500 tendies would be nice. Though theoretically, I'll be getting 2,000 tendies in my okay, fine. In my box. Thump. Alright, alright. My fan club awaits.
The cultists have a number of elementals bound to their will. Do what you must to break them free.
Okay, let's look for enslaved elementals. You're not it, you're an assassin. Hello, dragons. I'm aware. You can see them all in there.
I don't have a target.
There's the Countess.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
One of the reasons why I don't normally go for the lake ones is I have real trouble dealing with like 3D spaces. I love Bashir as a zone, but the 3 dimensions of things means that I'm always missing things because I'm in the either in the wrong place in one of the axes. Pick one. So it's not my favorite place to quest for these dudes.
I need to target something first. It's too far away.
I should do is I should
I
put
hope
that
their
there.
vengeance on their masters was sweet.
Alright. One of the things I really dislike about WoW is how distended they do their little things. They're like when they do the little toasts up here, the little pop-ups, and then you have the like the character face talking, and it's always this weird thing. Okay. Let's go do the mine one. Do a little bit of Minecraft of a sort. Hold on, that is not the thing I clicked on. Stop it. Again, with the automap bullshit.
The Twilight's blade has returned to mine the Elementium depths. Do not let them keep what they find.
I'm actually tempted to uninstall or disable that pre-patch add-on. It's actually getting on my nerves.
I can't attack that. I don't have a target. Target something first. I don't have a target.
Perhaps we can repurpose these materials. I'll pass them along.
Well, you know. Okay. Okay. If I click on this one, how long is it going to take? See, it's basically auto doing that thing, and it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to auto mount. Alright, I'm actually going to disable that thing. Let's see how it goes there. See, now it's working right. Storm lost. She's all eepy kitty. She's all eepy kitty. I think one of my favorite world quests has you just basically flying around through these void tears in that particular mountain. It was actually kind of fun. You shouldn't have to fight anything if you didn't want to.
These cultists have transitioned from elemental to void magic. Collect samples so we can understand their methods.
I'm just gonna mine things.
I need to target
Notice how the icon for mining is not as well rezzed as the cursor is. Even though I have my cursor set a little bit bigger than usual. Alright. Because I kept losing it. I still lose it now. And I noticed they did the sword attacky, the glove one, but they didn't do the mining one. And they did the bag one, but they didn't do the mining one. I thought that was a little bit interesting. Lotra had the same problem when they did their initial pass of the UI scaling. Is their UI scaling didn't have... When they did their first pass at, like, upscaling the cursor, it was basically the same image, just made bigger. And it looked worse than that. But then they made it better, and it's actually legit better. No hate intended at all. Alright. I'm just gonna mine your shit.
I need to target something. I need a target. I don't have a target. I'm out of room. I need to target something first.
I don't understand Doomsday cultists. Legit, do not understand them.
I need to get
Rude.
target something.
Haha. One thing I love about Lotro that WoW does not do, and it kind of pisses me off. Once you get used to the Lotro style, it's like, WoW was really terrible about this. Is the whole idea of, okay, go fetch me 6 shadow infused shards. In Lotro, you might have to kill 7 of them to get all the things that you need. Maybe. Sometimes you get 6, you kill 6 things, you get 6 things. And that has been such a wonderful thing in WoW. Actually, I'm gonna put the stuns there. Whereas in WoW, they want you to find 6 things, and you're gonna have to kill like 25 million things to get to what you're looking for.
I need to target something first.
I mean, look at all these dudes I've killed so far, and how many of these things have I gotten so far? 2.
I need to target something first.
3 now. I'm only mining because I can, honestly. This character used to be my my primary Horde mining, and I think she did blacksmithing too. What did she used to do? She used to do jewel crafting on the Horde side. Speaking of the Horde side, let me copy these. Up here. So Dragonfire. Oh man, I should take an Elven Star with me. Oh, damn it. Copy. Cut. And paste. And we decided Kiriana was going. Kiriana was always going to go. I mean, honestly, it didn't matter. Kiriana was always going to go. Paste. And who was the last one we sent? We sent Storm. If I remember correctly, it was Dragonfire, Elven Star, Kiriana, and Storm on the Horde side. Oh. I need to clean up the spreadsheet after the stream. We'll do that then. Yeah, whatever. Fuck off. Right in the face.
I'm out of range.
Hold on. We're gonna go take care of that real quick. 'Cause that doesn't spawn too often. If we can get to it in time and tag it, we can get the rewards off of it. We might get there. Haha, we got in. So this is one of the issue. Do certain things in and around the area where this thing pops up, then it gets a bar going, and once the bar clears, it then manifests. Alright. Let's get back to what we were doing. Oh, it says 6 shards? Wait, what? Did it, like, completely reset my world quest? If it did, I'm gonna be pissed. No, it didn't. It was confused. I'll land over here. Hi. Hello. You'll crush my boat to dust! There we go, we got them both.
And terrifying. Thank you, champion. I look forward to understanding their methods more.
Okay. Now we just need to kill 2 more rares for the one world quest, and then one more rare, and then 2 more rares, or 1 more rare after that for the other world quest. Alright, I'm just gonna manually hit up whichever world quest they say is up. Because basically one of these spawns every 10 minutes. This one is already on the second to last stage. On the last stage before the boss pops. And it's nothing but this. So you have 10 minutes from when it spawns in order to defeat enough things to activate the ritualists, all 3 of them, and then kill the ritualist, and then kill the boss. Sometimes if you don't have enough people, you don't manage to do it in 10 minutes. Some of these bosses are tank and spanks. Some of them have special abilities. They all have some kind of special abilities. Like this one likes to run away. Uses void slip to go pop around. There's one that normally spawns around here. Like each one has a special place that they spawn. Like this Ixvara always spawns here. But this spot rotates with a few different ones. So one of the other ones has a mechanic where if you're up close to her, you can't see her, and so you have to shoot her from range. Alright. Man, if I could stop getting those sensors, that would be amazing. So, the way I'm going to be doing this event for the rest of the event, as it were, is I'm going to do the weeklies on a given character, do the world quests for that day on a given character, and then move on to the next character. Because you get more, you get like 2 or 3 of the insignia for a rare, but you get 40 for doing the weeklies. Alright. There's these things you can fly through, like the one I just flew through, and that one. Oh, looks like everybody's just hanging out up here, are we? By the way, this is badass. Totally badass. Alright, I'm waiting to see where are people standing around fighting things. Look like they're fighting things here. Alright. So this is the first stage. You need to get the counter up to 100%. Once you do that, the regular stuff fades away, and then the 3 ritualists activate. And then when the ritualists activate, you kill those 3, and then the boss activates, and you kill the boss. And you've got 10 minutes to do all of that. Some of the dudes you're fighting are just regular dudes. Some of the dudes you're fighting are elites, like this one, who's kicking my ass. Alright, we're coming over here. And generally, you do not want to do this alone. Well, actually you shouldn't, because these are group events. So typically, you do want to wait for like a tanky sort. Like a prot warrior, prot pally to start rolling in and murdering everything that you can find. So I got myself in trouble on that one. Typically, there's always a group down here doing shit. Oh, there's a priest there. Big purple tentacle. What are we fighting? We're fighting these guys over here? Okay. Ooh, some arcane priest has been having fun. Sorry, arcane priest? No, arcane mage was having fun. And this is open tapping.
I don't have a target.
Anyone can hit anything. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah, Storm lost, well, sort of. That was actually an unusual picture. I was surprised to see them curled up on the same chair together. But I have seen her, curled up near, Skittish once. When Skittish was curled up near the space heater when the space heater was on.
I don't have a target.
One more percent, people. 1 more freaking percent, seriously. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to find it. To hit the last thing. Seriously. This is actually really funny. This is the longest. Somebody kill something! Oh my god. There we go. Somebody killed something. I'm gonna go here and get loot because I'm a loot goblin. Now, one of the things you want to do with these three is just group them together. One thing I have done is Alright, let me get you. Oh man, I don't have taunt on my hotbar? Okay. Well, I guess I don't. Because you want to tag, at the very least you want to tag all three. Because that way you get credit, you get loot from all three. It's not much, but you know, a few gold hither and yonder. Stormloss is being a shrimp kitty right now. Her back legs are curled out so long. What is that? And this is actually a decent way to level as well. You can do this starting at level 10 and just go to level cap if you want to. I think the Winds of Mysterious Fortune has ended. For like the past month, you could get special boxes of leveling gear. Ooh, somebody just got their 2 minutes to midnight thing. I shoot blanks. Oh. You kill each of the things at least once, and this one's the hardest to get because you have to be there when it manifests. But if you kill all of them, for me, it took me about an hour and a half to go kill all of them. And alright, the next one's down there. So this character has never actually been through this zone. At least not fully. Thundermar. You know? If I go to High Bank, that should actually... see. Let's see how much time we've got. Might run down to High Bank and come back. Hode. Oh, they've updated the Eversong Woods Burning Crusade version. Oh. Caldanas, Burning Steps. Well, it would be... Would be a cataclysm thing. Man, look at all this fun stuff that I never did. I would think it would be under exploration, to be quite honest. Shadowlands, Battle for Azeroth, so it'd be Cataclysm, Explorer. Oh. Explore Twilight Highlands. I got it back. Got that long ago. So one thing I really despise is I can't tell which ones that I'm missing. Alright, let's see how we're doing on this one. We're already on the bad. Oh, we're already on the ritualists. And I have lost my cursor. Alright, there we go. Oh, hey, I at least got something out of that one. So I can't tell with this character without just seeing like the fog of war here on the map that, you know, that's what I'm missing. And it looks like I'm also missing something over here. And this bit over here. Am I gonna worry about it now? Nope. The belly. Come play, look. Look at this storm lost. Look at this storm lost. Oh, stop. Let's see. She's the reason I don't get to bed at a reasonable hour anymore. Not just because I've been reading books. After I go to bed. I bet I read books. Alright, let's turn those in first. Let's see how the voice is doing so far. Oh, hardly touched. Alright, we'll leave it alone. Alright, so we're gonna do the plan. The plan here is to turn these in.
What would you ask of me?
To get the 40 insignia each.
Respect our customs.
Hello? We're the same people? So one thing that I wish video games did better is to manage to acknowledge what race you come from. Alright. Transfer. Storm should have 15 left. Bring it on over. And I don't think I have any more. Yeah, nobody else has any. Alright.
We endure.
Yeah, pie health the crap out of my inventory. Thank you. Okie dokie. One other thing I wish that they could do better as well is when you have people from the other faction and another server doing your stuff or being in your guild, because of how the realm stuff works, it's a little bit funky. If you want to add a stack of stuff, like if I wanted to take this stack of Ember Silk and put it in my guild bank, now my character is in a guild that's homed on another server, and it was started out as an alliance guild. It doesn't stack because of tech, whatever. Okay, let's focus. So, we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, technically 10. I'm gonna hang on to this character using the polearm for now. Because the greatsword is actually going to be an upgrade because of the strength. And because it's got haste and mastery. Let's do this. Let's get you that. So you do more damage. And then we'll start with the hat. We're going to start with the hat because these are like the highest level non-upgraded stuff. So we'll start with the hat. I wish it wouldn't actually show me the stuff for the other 3 styles of armor. Okay, we're gonna need a hat. Okay. Let me get that. We've got those. We just bought that. We already have those. Apparently one of my neighbors is very fond of their vehicle, but at least it doesn't sound like the one that doesn't have a muffler on it. How much we have? We have 85. Alright. Okay, so now we have the 2 rings and the cloak. Alright, 36, 31, 21, 24. So obviously this one. Alright. 21, 44. 21. Oh, I ran out. Okay, so if I wanted to get the necklaces, the necklace and the 2 rings, I'm going to need 40, Plus 15, which is 55. I'll need 55 more things. That's okay. Alright.
Sunrise glory shine on you.
I got most of the base stuff done. So, let me update the spreadsheet of Doom, Chaos, and Destruction. Her eye level is now 114. Okay. I really wish we could get trinkets out of this, but we can't. Oh. Well, let me hit the Voice of the Eclipse up since it just came out. It's like right down the hill. I'm stunned! I think after the stream, I'm gonna make diced potatoes. Oh. Did we just buy that? No, that's for mail. That's good. Okay, alright. Let's go back up to the thing. Up to our little base. And I'm gonna put the fun stuff I found. By the way, if you click on these books, you can play tic-tac-toe. And if you play and win 50 times on a single character, it has to be the same character, you get a title. I think you get a title for it. Hold on. Oh, you can see what some midnight exploration. Oh, exploration cataclysm. Duh. Never mind. Should take care of that. I should take care of that. It's like, why do you do this? Oh, just for the points. Okay. Okay. Put the spares in the war bank. That's a cudgel for a nice shaman or holy pally. And I'm tired of getting the arrestor sensor. I mean, how many of those do I need? None. Alright. I'm trying to avoid putting crafting mats in the warband bank. It's such a pain in the ass. Let's drink the water because it's not relevant. Alright, let's clean out. Alas, I'm gonna give up my Horseman Sinister Slicer. I don't need it. I never needed it. This character is never going to be one that's going to do prop pally, so she doesn't need a sword or a one-handed sword or a shield. Alright. Alright, let's go. Hold on. Hold. What did I just do? Okay, now I have 8. Wow, I got 3 off the Voice of the Eclipse. But I got a piece of gear off of it too, so there's that. Don't forget, when midnight launches, you will want to log in all of your characters that are at level cap. To make sure they're in a place that has rested XP so it can kickstart your rested XP. Did she do the weekly? I had like 395 tokens the other day before I spent them all. And then after I used up all the items in my shared storage. By the way, you want to see one of the coolest mounts in the game? Check this shit out. Is this not like the best thing ever? It is totally the best thing ever. Because Blizzard, I guess, got tired of all of us bitching about the fact that the broomsticks from Hallow's End. Yeah. So this character is halfway through getting the... I have the as you can see, crunching for cultists. This is the achievement. If you win tic-tac-toe 50 times, you get a title. Actually, no, you don't get it. You just get... I don't know what you get for it. You just don't get anything. Oh, you get a feat of strength for doing it. Oh. Okay. Well... We're gonna get it because I like to collect feats of strength, especially if it pisses people off. So when midnight comes out, and in my case, when I get my box after midnight comes out, because I'm not confident that I'm going to get my box before midnight arrives, because again, the shipping label. I got the email about the shipping label at 1:19 a.m. on Thursday. And so that was, you have all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day today. And it still says nothing. It's like, they haven't clicked on we have your package. FedEx has not scanned the damn box in. So it's like, well, what the fuck? By the way, you want to see something cool? Monster, I don't think you know this. The Star Cat is really good, isn't it, Holly? I don't think you know this, Monoflare. You see Regarius? You see Regarius? And he's got coffee next to him. Okay, just... Regarius was the dev name of a dude who used to work on the community team a long time ago. And he was one of my friends. I used to actually chat with him, like, on the phone. Like, on the phone? What the fuck? As he was driving home from work, and his drive was generally like an hour and a half long because living in Southern California, you have to live on the fucking boondocks in order to afford to work at Blizzard. And once upon a time, I pestered the now disgraced Jonathan LaCraft, who also, by the way, is the person who put Dragon Pie in the game, to say, you know what, Regarius should have an in-game NPC. He doesn't have one. And I kept pestering LaCraft about it. He said he'd put it in the queue, and eventually he put Regarius here in game with a mug of coffee, because Regarius' nickname was Coffee Bird because he was big coffee, and he liked the hippogriffs a lot. So Coffee Bird, and so I was directly responsible for him getting an in-game NPC or an in-game homage. And then LeCraft got caught up in the whole Alex Afrasiabi bullshit, and so he got fired. He was always nice to me, but you know how that goes when people are in on those circles of, you know, bullshit. Yeah, no. So, let me go see if this character... I don't think I did the weekly on this character. I haven't done these. I could get... It would do me well to do the world quest at least. But I'm only gonna do the world quest if the if I haven't done the weekly. Because then it'll be worth more. Okay, this character has done the weekly. So I'm gonna park her here because I do want to finish out this, but I'm gonna do that off stream. I'll show you what it actually looks like, and I'll show you how bad I play. We'll do one. It's just tic-tac-toe. Choose a faction, I always choose Alliance. Even if I'm playing on a Horde character. Ooh, I win. There. We'll play, I don't know, 4 games. Da-da! I almost always go for the middle one. Well, nobody can win this one. Well, I can still win that one if they pick wrong. They did pick wrong. Oh, shit. I picked wrong because I wasn't paying attention. Druid. Druid. I should have quit while I was ahead. Sometimes the whatever AI they're using for this guess is really wrong. No, actually I don't. See, it guessed wrong. You lost. And I appreciate you asking first. Because one thing it absolutely pisses me off is backseat gaming. I really, really dislike it. Why am I doing this? I'm going to switch characters. We're going to go over to Star Phoenix and see if she's done the thing. That's a bit of courtesy that, unfortunately, some generally younger or pushy viewers can do sometimes. Is they think, you know, they see a streamer struggling with something or not doing it as quickly or as efficiently as they would do it, or may not know, you know, the trick as you know. And they just start splaying it out in chat. It's like, do this, do that. Like, no, stop. Okay, I think I might have done the weekly on this character. I don't remember. We'll find out. This was the mount that made me splurge on the year-long subscription. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, fuck. Yep, that happened.
You want us to abandon our hunt for Zalatan?
So I have actually finally completed the entire main sequence story for this expansion. And I only did it to unlock access to Man of Forge Omega. So I saw what happened, you know, the Locust Walker thing. I saw the Koresh thing. Now, on Alliance characters, it's really simple and straightforward. Is you could just fly to Twilight Highland if you don't have it unlocked over here. Some of my characters, like, I took my level 10 Void Elf Demon Hunter here. And oh, you flew straight. And poor Horde characters are like they have to portal, you know, they don't get it fun unless they've unlocked the thing in Orgrimmar where all the cataclysm portals are. Okay, you've done them as well. Okay, well, let's go. Did Quicksilver do the... The game kept telling you to go to Silvermoon for the Horde to get to this area. Ooh. I've only, that's if I left and had to come back. Storm lost the kitty catty. Storm lost. But it meant the new Silvermoon City that is not in game yet. Or is it? I mean, some stuff for Midnight is already here. They put a whole bunch of the stuff in with Midnight, because you can see some of the Midnight achievements.
I understand your frustration.
Oh, fuck off, Denath Trollbane. I wish they would have turned that shit off.
Want us to abandon our hunt for Xalata?
Oh, why am I going to the Alliance one like a dumbass?
The all-devouring is being revived by the Shadow Guard. I need your
It's such a habit. I play Alliance way more than Horde, which is why I was having such trouble deciding which Horde characters to put in my Horde warband, my mini warband. Okay, so this character hasn't done the thingy, so I'm gonna work on her next. But the flight path connecting Silvermoon to the rest of the continent is not in yet. Yep. See, it's already here. Undiscovered flight point. Fairbreeze Village. Undiscovered Horde flight point. Undiscovered flight point. Sanctum of Light. Of course, there's First Rider Island. It's gonna be some Delves, the Shadow Enclave, Tranquillian, Windrunner Spire, and of course the Isle of Keldanas, which I guess this character has been there, but I don't remember all of this. I don't know. That's the PvP thing. Alright. Midnight spoilers. Alright, it's actually just about time. So I'm going to get this character over to the Twilight Highlands. And I need to go use the restroom. So I'm going to call it for the night. I'm going to go make some food. I'm going to pick up a flight master apparently. Where the hell are we? Oh, yeah, here we are. Well, this character has actually been here before, so that's fun. Anywho. We're gonna listen to the Horde music for a bit. However, I am gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna go make some food because I might have slept in all afternoon. Well, not all afternoon. I did my usual Saturday thing, which was recharge by not setting it. Well, actually, I set an alarm, and then I turned it off and ignored it when it went off. So I got up very, very late, and so now I'm going to go watch other people stream. Early access for the midnight starts on the 27th, I believe. Question mark. The 27th. And the expansion launches on the 2nd. 26th. Something like that. Well, for me, it's going to launch sometime after that date versus when I get my goddamn package. Yeah. Yep. We'll add a delivery date as soon as we get your package. Alright. You know the drill. Be good. If you can't be good at it. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow night on DDO stream. I'm going to play some Dungeons and Dragons online. And we're going to go play my main in the Chill of Ravenloft expansion content. Gonna go do some more about Patrick Monsters and the Mystery of Victor Mortenheim. We're going to go to Schloss Albrecher and piss off the local baron. And find out he's not exactly what he appears to be. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye now.